Hello and welcome to Unacademy IAS, a one stop destination for all the English medium civil services aspirants. The Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation has announced a new measure, Index of Services Production. What are the important points? Let's decode them. Before I start, here is a very important announcement. Right now, the Unacademy IAS courses are available at the lowest ever price of 16,999. Once you enroll into the course and use the code IAS English, you will also become eligible for double validity. And let's say you enroll, you clear the civil services exam, whatever fees you have paid, that fees will be refunded. And if you're not able to ace the examination, then you will get extra validity. But there are certain terms and conditions. Please do check out these by clicking on the link provided in the description below. And whatever is the price mentioned, do not forget to use the code IAS English, and the offer is going to end tomorrow. Let me begin the discussion now. The Ministry of Statistics Program Implementation already has various indices to measure the economic activity. The National Statistics Office publishes the GDP data, it publishes index of industrial production, etc. But the problem in case of the statistics database in India has been that the IIP, which is basically measuring the economic activity that is done in industry, whereas the services sector in case of India has been contributing to more than 50% of gross value addition since 2013 and 2014. So there is an index to measure industrial activity. But right now, there is no index which is targeted to find out the changes in the output in the services sector. That lacunae now has been plugged by NSO coming out with the index of services production. What are the important points? Let's understand. First one, this index will provide data on growth in the output of 19 subsectors which are under the services. And please be very careful. The focus of this particular index is on formal part of services sector. That is those which are non-institutionalized or informal, non-registered. These kind of entities are not going to be covered. Focus is on incorporated or formal enterprises. And the subsectors which will be covered under the index will be 19 in number. Please have a look at the list. That particular list has been provided in the PPT. We will cover wholesale trade, retail trade, repair services, etc. etc. Totally 19 subsectors are present. Next important point, it will have the base year of 24 and 25. Earlier, the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation changed the base year for GDP calculation. It is 22 and 23. For WPI, it was changed 22 and 23. For the IIP, 22 and 23 was made the base year. For CPI, 2024 was made the base year. Now, the new index ISP will have the base year of 24 and 25. Third very important point, it will be released with a lag of 60 days from the end of the reference month. Let's say the data has been collected for the month of April. Now the result of this particular data will be published after 2 months after the end of April. That is 60 days after the end of the reference time period. And this is nothing new in case of India. I hope all of you are understanding this. In many of these indices, we collect the data and the results are not published immediately. There is always a lag of certain time period, that is some time period, some number of days, weeks, months are required by the authorities to consolidate the data, to calculate and then come out with the result publication. In case of ISP, it will take 60 days time period for the authorities to publish from the reference time period. The collection of data for this particular purpose, that is the ISP, the collection of the data for this will be done using GST database, will be done using a survey, annual survey of incorporated service sector enterprises. And mind you, this is not the first time that the government of India has tried to come out with an index to calculate changes in the output of services sector. Earlier also, multiple attempts have been done. The government has set up authorities, or let's say the committees, the task committees have been set up earlier as well. But it has not been feasible. But now the government says, because of the survey, ASISSE, as well as the GST data that is there, we will be able to appropriately identify, use the deflator, and come out with the changes in the services sector in the form of index of services production. Next, the TSE, that is the Task Advisory Committee. The government of India had set up a committee which was headed by, remember the name of the person or the chairperson, Devjani Ghosh. The committee was set up, headed by this particular chairperson. The committee has given the recommendation, and based on this, the incorporation in the methodology has been done. One very important technical point regarding the methodology. The recommendation has been done and this has been incorporated. The index will be calculated based on the fixed weight Laspeyres Volume Index. Very often, in the context of multiple indices in India, you will come across this kind of a methodology, Laspeyres Volume Index. Now, this is basically name of a statistical method to calculate, collect the data, calculate and publish the data. And just to give you a brief idea, a bit more information, Laspeyres method is not the only method in terms of statistical methodologies. There is Fisher method, there is also Pash method, but one that is used in the context of many of these indices, including the ISP, is the Laspeyres Volume Index. In a nutshell, what is done here? We take the reference point, that is base year. Whatever data has to be collected will be collected for base year. We will give weightages and then we use the reference time period to adjust and get the numbers for the subsequent financial years. This methodology, where in the base year the data is collected, weightages are provided, and those are taken as a reference to calculate and publish index numbers for the subsequent years. This is basically the Laspeyres Volume Index. So these are certain very important changes, or these are the very important points that you need to understand in the context of ISP. But more importantly, why do we need an index for services sector? What is the argument behind it? First and the most important argument will be the services sector account for more than 50% to the gross value addition. And I've told you this earlier. This is not new in case of India. Since 2013-2014, the services sector has been contributing to more than 50% to the GVA. According to the latest data, it is in the range of 52% to 53%. Second very important reason, it accounts for 30% of employment. 30% of employment. Third very important point, in the last 6 years, it has accounted for 40 million jobs in India. That's a very, very high number, by the way. Fourth very important point, when you talk about, let's say, Government of India's targets, the Government of India has targeted that by 2047, the services exports from India will account for 10% share of the global exports. And not to forget, the service sector also accounts for huge chunk of exports from India. We generally end up having a trade surplus when you look at only the services trade. It will attract a lot of investments, especially under FDI, into India, and it contributes to huge amount of forex inflow. These are some of the reasons why the services sector is so relevant, so pivotal for the Indian economy. There are many other countries which have already introduced the model of ISP. For example, United Kingdom, many countries within the European Union, South Korea, etc. Many of these particular countries either have the model of ISP or have something that is very relevant, very similar to the index of services production. So these are the very important reasons citing which the government of India now, that is the National Statistics Office under the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation, has come out with the Index of Services Production. Now, based on the discussion, here is an MCQ. Consider the following statements regarding Index of Services Production. It is published by MOSPI. It will cover the formal and informal services sector. It will have a base year of 22 and 2023. How many of the above statements is or are correct? Do let me know the correct answer to the question in the comment section of the video. And if you have liked the discussion, do not forget to hit the like button. If you are yet to join the Unacademy IAS YouTube channel, kindly subscribe to the channel right now. Thank you. Have a great day.